We haven't talked to you in a bit, but obviously this has been an eventful off-season for the team, for that room. Just wanted to get your thoughts on the team, obviously drafting Tua, and what that means for you.
I mean, it is what it is, and I just got to come out and try as hard as I can, and compete as hard as I can every day, and hopefully get the nod at some point in the future. Right now, I'm just focusing on improving every day. Fitz is an awesome guy to learn from, and I'm sort of trying to continue that progress I had near the end of last year. I think I'm doing a pretty good job of it, and we'll see what the future holds. But I'm focusing on my development at this point, and I think it's been going pretty well.
Armando?
Hey, Josh. So that development that you're focusing on, what are the specifics of that? What is it that you're trying to improve on?
Defenses. Not just watching film, but being able to apply sort of information from the film room onto the field and what that means for my particular play. So I think I've been able to, more so than I ever have in my career, been able to eliminate guys pre-snap and start to zero in a little bit quicker on who I want to throw. And that's helping me get the ball out quicker than I ever have, and make fast decisions and not make my offensive line look bad, but holding onto the ball.
Travis?
Hey, Josh, how's it going, man? We've asked Fitz, Tua, and Robbie about the atmosphere in that quarterback room, and I'm curious to hear your perspective on what it's like working in that room every day and some of the things that you glean from the collective brain trust there.
The collective brain trust. That's a good one. So, I mean, there's sort of previous relationships everywhere in the room. I've known Tua since I played him in high school. And then he almost came to UCLA, so I knew him at that point. And then Fitz and Chan and Robbie all have their history. So we all have some sorts of familiar connections, and it's pretty hard to not goof around with Fitz and Chan in your room. So it's a really awesome atmosphere. I've learned a ton. I think we all have really good attitudes, and we're trying to make each other better. And I think it's been working. I think we're all getting pushed in a very positive direction. I think it's good for the Dolphins.
Omar?
Josh, for the last 3 days, you've been getting limited work in 11-on-11s. I don't know if that's injury related or just how the rotation is working. How do you take that?
Definitely not injury related. I'm all healthy out here. But I don't know. That's not really up to me. I'm just trying to control what I can control. I think I've played pretty well. Definitely a couple mistakes that I'm trying to fix here and there, but I'm just trying to put the best product of Josh Rosen on the field that I can. Doesn't really do well to focus on much else.
Cam?
Hey, Josh, I guess just listening to you for the last few minutes, you seem positive and comfortable with where you are. I know a lot of people wondered if you were going to ask for a trade or ask out, given your situation. Why is that not the route that you chose to take?
Because I like competing, but I think a lot of there's just a lot to learn. And I think you have to kind of treasure the moments that you're with 16, 17, maybe year vet with Fitz. A coordinator like Chan who's been around the game for a long time. So I don't really know when or where. Hopefully this year here, get a shot to play. But I'm just trying to focus on preparing for that shot as best as I can. That's within my control. And I'm actually pretty satisfied with how I've come out and played this training camp. Obviously some holes here and there that I definitely need to improve on, but I really think I'm sort of trending in the right direction. I'm enjoying it more than I ever have, actually.
Safid?
Josh, how are you, man?
Doing well. How are you?
Appreciate you taking the time to do this for us.
No problem.
Your positivity is so radiant right now, and at a point where it seems kind of you have an awkward place in this quarterback competition, with Fitz being the expected starter and Tua kind of being the heir to it. Just how do you find this positivity? Because I don't think your career is probably gone the way you probably wanted it to go, or maybe envisioned it going, and versus how it's kind of panned out so far.
I feel positive because I've noticed I'm a lot more comfortable behind center this year than I was last year, and I'm walking up to the line of scrimmage with a plan, and I've learned a lot. I've put a lot of work in this offseason, and um, I kind of, after I got benched got benched the first time, but the final time, last time before I went in Redskins, I sort of did like a big kind of mirror reality check and just wanted to completely turn inwards and see what I could do better. And I kind of like flicked myself in the head and like, you're literally in the room with one of the best minds to ever do it. And that's Fitz. So I basically just sat there and tried to swallow up as much as I could from him. And I took that sort of process into the off season, and I'm pretty happy with how I feel behind center at this point. I mean, I got a lot of work to do, but I think I've only scratched the surface with what I can do. And I guess the reason I'm sort of positive outside of this situation is because really all I can control is my development. And I think that's going in a good direction. I'm pretty, I don't know the word to kind of pick here, but I'm doing well.
We got time for a few more. We'll go to Josh.
Hey, Josh, we were looking back, dating back to your college days, and we think that it's been 5 or 6 straight years where you're going to have a different OC. You just mentioned Chan, and I was just wondering, how do you kind of overcome the challenge, and does it ever become overwhelming at some point, just, going through so much change?
Yeah, I mean, it's overwhelming every single year. And then there's always a kind of a moment in, usually it's like spring ball in college or like OTAs where you feel like you're drinking from a fire hose. And there's always kind of a moment where it clicks and you're like, okay, I'm starting to feel this is my language. And each year it's just kind of a rough road to get there. But once you get there, you're pretty comfortable. They're just different styles. And this offense that Chan runs is very player oriented. So it's put your guys in position and let them make plays. He wants us to play fast, make quick decisions, and let our playmakers make plays. And we got a lot of them. This is a pretty stark contrast to what we had last year. It was a very, very different style. And not saying one is better than the other, but I'm just enjoying my time in this one right now and learning some of the nuances that Chan and Fitz work together. And it's really cool actually to like go back and watch like old Chan Jets film with Fitz at quarterback, so we can see those specific plays and we can see and ask and talk about the thought process of that play call and what Fitz was thinking and why he threw it somewhere. And reliving some of the heartbreaks and celebrations on some of the plays.
We've got time for one more. We'll go to Hal.
Hi, Josh. I found it interesting when you were talking about that soul searching that you were doing. Given how you were drafted as high as you were and had whatever amount of expectations you may have had on yourself or your career, how difficult was it to reach this point where you're as positive as you are and where you are? And would there be a point you could see yourself saying, okay, I tried to win a job here in Miami, maybe it's time to try and win a job elsewhere?
I'm not really maybe my mindset will change at some point in the future, but I'm not really focused as much on like winning a job as I am just getting better, because I feel like I've bounced around a little bit at this point in my career, and when you focus on this, you kind of forget about this. And not saying I forgot about one or the other, but like my piece right now is in my development as a quarterback, and I feel like that's been going in a positive direction, and that's why I feel good about where I am right now. So I was drafted in the first round, and I think around the league, people still think I can play to a certain extent, and just whenever that opportunity comes, wherever it comes, I just want to be prepared for it, because they're few and far between, and I didn't do great with the 2 that I already had, so not many people get third chances. So I'm definitely going to seize the opportunity when it comes.